What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be going over the fundamentals of the low bar squat. Now I know that majority of the avid gym goers do squat high bar, so this video may not be for everybody. But I've seen a ton of inconsistencies, whether it's being in competition or just in the gym. So I thought reviewing the basics may help you get started or at least improve on your fundamentals of the low bar squat. When learning a new exercise, it's really important that you remember it may take time to feel natural to you. Personally, it took me about 2 months to find that perfect position that I was in no pain and that made me a little bit more efficient and more powerful during my squat. So one thing that I've found that helps is finding a routine that works for you that makes you subconsciously remember all of the cues you've currently been working on to improve your technique. First off, let's talk about hand placement. So you want your hands as close as possible to your mobility to allow you to get an effective bar position while decreasing pressure on your joints and allowing you to stay as stable as possible. Personally, I've found that having my pinkies on the rings is my optimal position. Your main focus when trying to find that optimal bar position for you should be creating that shelf. So I'll demonstrate it here for you now. Personally, I've found that unwrapping my thumbs allows me to evenly distribute the weight over my torso rather than my wrist or elbows. It takes a little bit of pressure off of my shoulders and allows me to get the bar a little bit tighter on my back. Notice as I roll my wrist forward, I do not allow the bar to travel up my back. Rather, I pull down to create tightness and tension over the rear delts. Now let's talk about unracking the bar. So once you find that optimal bar position for you, I highly suggest keeping your gaze directly forward. What this does is help keep your neck in neutral with your spine. And then from here, take a big deep breath in, flex your glutes hard, drive them forward. If you perform all three of these cues, hopefully the bar and the weight should feel effortless regardless of how heavy it is for you. Now, personally, I like to use a 2.5 step walkout method. This helps me conserve energy by not taking too many steps. Also decrease the likelihood of me clanking against the rack or having the bar become unstable as I walk out. So I'd like you to start with a half step. This helps you get slightly away from the rack. Then one longer step to help you get a little bit farther back. Then one other step to whatever distance is comfortable for you for your optimal start position. So I do want to talk a little bit about breathing. I will be digging a lot deeper into this in a future video, but a huge mistake a lot of people make is by hyperextending the rib cage because they breathe into their chest. What we want to do is create intra-abdominal pressure by breathing deeper into our diaphragm and slightly bearing down with our ribs. This will help keep our spine directly in neutral and making us more consistent with every lift. I have found that my unique setup routine offers a more fluent bar path and better control of the weight and the way down. I start by breaking from the knees before kicking my hips back, pausing for a brief moment before beginning my descent. Coming out of the hole, I consciously drive from my back before pushing with my legs. This allows me to maintain more of an upright torso and secure a more stable lockout. Here's a demonstration of the difference in weight distribution for someone with similar mobility to mine. As you can see, with high bar, the weight shifts more into my toes versus low bar, where I can evenly distribute the weight across the balls of my feet.